The Riddle of the Earth, Chapter 10, Events in the Drift Age. The last great milestone is known variously as the Post-Tertiary, the Quaternary, the Pleistocene, the Drift Age, or the Ice Age. It coincided with a period when a great part of Europe is deemed to have been afflicted with a vast invasion of ice, mountains of ice, following suddenly upon the subtropical climate before. Geologists declare that the period was distinguished by the sinking of many lands. Terrific convulsions shook the earth, old lands disappeared beneath the seas, mountains vanished in some parts and sprang up in others. Yet this gigantic upheaval left the southern hemisphere directly unaffected. De Lapparent, the foremost of the French geologists, has remarked of this age. The end of the Pliocene and the major part of the Pleistocene have been marked by a succession of sinkings, of which the definite result has been to open between Europe and America the pit of the North Atlantic. From that perhaps a vague memory has been preserved in the memory of the first men and gave place in changing to the legend of Atlantis. Alluding to the same epoch, Paul Comber Phils says that the North Atlantic must have been occupied by one or more lands. Professor Heer, in his survey of the Drift Age, which, as he explains, was that period of the Pleistocene Age when the, quote, succession of sinkings occurred, connects the building of the Alps, or a part of it, with the same age. Quote, probably the depression of the great Miocene continent, which has been designated under the name of Atlantis, was contemporaneous with the elevation of the Alps, and the sinking of the land continued till the close of the Drift Epoch. The present boundaries of the Mediterranean were only settled during the Drift Epoch. Suess, the German geologist, has attempted to reconstruct the northern hemisphere before the Ice Age, and it is interesting to note that just where he shows water and land connections, there too do we find the definite traces of that very early civilization, yet one extremely finished, of the Cromlech and Dolmen builders. And that's going to be quite important going forward into the riddle of prehistoric Britain. T.W. Rolliston has mentioned that if a line be drawn from Varangar Fjord diagonally across Europe to the mouth of the Rhone, with few exceptions, all the dolmens lie to the north of that line. Mosso traces also tracks of these dolmens from the British Isles to Brittany, along the Rhone to Sicily, Sardinia, Corsica and Italy, and thence to Algeria and Morocco, while another path comes down from Brittany to Spain. The agreement between the course of physical geography, as outlined by Suess and also here, with the roads followed by the dolmen builders. Suess traces a direct waterway from the English Channel to the Rhone, presents of itself a prima facie case that these people of the Neolithic age were existing before this tremendous change materialized. And the books which are cited here are Primeval World of Switzerland, Suess, Face of the Earth, Rolliston, Myths and Legends of the Celtic Race, and Mosso, Dawn of Mediterranean Civilization.